Back to our other big story of the day, Tropical Storm Hermine, damaging certainly parts of the state of Florida. From Tampa, the mayor of Tampa, Bob Buckhorn, is kind enough to join us on what is undoubtedly a busy and tough day for him. Sir, how are things down there?
Things are okay. It could have been a lot worse. We were on the tail end of that hurricane. It goes in a counterclockwise motion, so it pushed a lot of water up into Tampa Bay. But we are far more fortunate than our friends and neighbors up in the Tallahassee area. Yeah,
it really made a direct hit in Tallahassee, didn't it? I mean, what are the big issues that you're dealing with now, though? I mean, more flooding than wind damage, or how do things look?
Yeah, it's definitely more flooding than wind damage. I mean, we've got some intrusion onto places and into areas that normally flood. We always pre-position barricades for events like this to keep people from driving into the standing water. But for the most part, what we've experienced has been a lot of wind, a lot of rain. The ground is saturated. We're losing some trees as they're pulling up out of their roots. But for the most part, it's been flooding, but it's far better than it was this time last year when we had 11 straight days of rain.
Right. Even if it's not the heavy winds associated with a hurricane, that can be far more damaging as those floods were. Do you need anything? Is everything getting to where it needs to get at this point in terms of resources?
I think so. The state government and Governor Scott's been helpful. You know, we tend to know how to do these things because we train for them all year round. We were blessed that this wasn't as bad as it could have been, so now it's just about the cleanup, you know, cutting the trees that are blocking the roadways, making sure people aren't driving into the standing water, checking on power lines that may be down. We do have some folks that are out of power, but I know the power companies are up and working on that. So for the most part, we were very fortunate this time, but, you know, you just never know. We prepare like it's game day every time we go through one of these.
Of course, and even though it's been 11 years since an actual hurricane touches down, as much has been made of today. Florida deals with severe storms all the time, as you expressed in the flooding. Thank you, sir. Good update, and keep us up to date on how things are going. We appreciate it. Bob Buckhorn is the mayor of Tampa, Florida.